everyone, I just thought I'd show you how I apply my nail wraps. So these are the things that you will need. I've got some acetone-free nail polish remover, or you can use alcohol wipes, some cotton wool as well to go with that, a buffer block, cuticle pusher, nail file, scissors, and the Jamberry mini heater, which I'll talk more about later. So the first thing I need to do is to buff my nails. So I'm just going to show you two nails, the pinky and the pointer finger. So you want to just lightly buff the surface of the nail just to take away any shine on the nail, and make sure you really spend the time and get into the corners and the edges as well. Good nail prep will mean that your jams are going to last you longer. So if you want them to be lasting 2 weeks or more, you need to make sure you prep those nails properly. Okay, good. So next thing then, I've already filed my nails into shape, but you can do that if you wish. So just use a nice coarse nail file, file them into your preferred shape. Then going to wipe them over with some acetone-free nail polish or an alcohol wipe, whichever you prefer. We also have a Jamberry nail prep cleanser that is really super friendly to your nails, so you could use that. So give them a good wipe. And that just gets rid of any excess oils that might be on your nails. Okay, so I'm good to go. So I'm just going to put that to the side. Oh, no, we're not. I've forgotten a step. We need to push back the cuticles as well. It's a really, really important step. So you can use a cuticle pusher like this one, or I like to use a metal one. Now this one comes as part of the Jamberry Deluxe Toolkit, which is just my favourite thing ever. I had a good tidy up of all the skin snags around my nails earlier, clipped them all off using this tool, and we've got the scissors, nail clippers, glass file, which I'll use later, and you get a metal cuticle spoon. That one doesn't actually come with it, the plastic pusher, I've just put that in there. Okay, so push back the cuticles. Even if you don't think you've got any, don't miss out this step, because you probably have got invisible cuticles that you don't realise are there. Mine aren't too bad, because like I said, I had a good prep of my nails earlier. Yeah, they're not too bad. Okay, so I'm just going to give that a wipe again to make sure I've got rid of any bits that did come off. Okay, cool. So ready to go. So I have chosen the May exclusive wraps. This is the May host exclusive. So if you host a party in May, this is the lovely wrap you'll get. It's kind of like an ombre, pink into turquoise into blue, which is just beautiful. So that's the one I'm going to be using. So you need to make sure that you leave a gap between the wrap and your skin. You do not want it to be touching your skin. So the gap is a good thing. You need to embrace the gap, okay? So I already know, because I've been wearing jams for just over a year now, I already know that the little wrap is slightly too big for my small finger. So I'm just going to trim the slightest little sliver off the side of that one. Okay, just round the edge back off. There we go. So just the slightest little bit, that's all it needs. Teeny tiny bit. Okay, I'm then going to cut the wrap in half using my scissors, and using my cuticle pusher, I'm just going to peel the wrap off of the backing. Okay, so then I'm going to position that on my nail, and I want to make sure, I'm just going to have to face it towards me a second so I can get it right. Yeah, so I want to make sure that it is not touching the skin or the cuticle. So I kind of just gently push it down at the sides to make sure that I know that it's not going to be touching. Okay, so at the moment it's literally just tacked onto my nail. I've not pushed it down at all. So the mini heater, these are amazing. These have a little stand on the bottom like this, and they're so quiet. If I turn it on now, you'll barely be able to hear it. See? Super quiet. So you can do this in front of the television without it annoying your partner, which is always good. So just give it a few seconds, heat up, and it gives you both hands free as well. If you've got a hairdryer, it means you've got one hand holding the hairdryer, you're trying to do your wraps, it's blowing everywhere. These are great. I would really recommend investing in the heater. It just makes your life so much easier, and it makes the application so much better as well. Okay, so I'm just going to hold the wrap in front of the heater just for a few seconds. Okay, then I'm going to use my cuticle pusher, and I'm just going to go down the middle of the nail, like so. Just down the middle, okay? Applying pressure like that. Straight down the middle, good. Okay, right, now I'm going to heat one of the sides. And now I'm going to follow the shape of my nail as I press down. So I'm sort of going around and out. Around and out like that. I'm just going to have to put it down a minute so I can make sure. Okay, it's better. Okay, so really applying lots of pressure and sort of just following the shape of the nail round like this. Out and up, out and up. And then the other side, just give that a bit of heat in front of the heater. Just a couple of seconds. And the same again. Out and up. Just following over the shape of your nail. Okay, now I'm just going to give it a good push down all over. Okay, now I'm going to just leave it like that now. I'm just going to leave it. If you want to, you can trim a bit off the edge. Not too much. If it's a bit in your way and it's a bit annoying, just trim a little bit off. But leave it. Don't do anything more with it just yet. Okay, so onto my pointer finger now. So I know that the second wrap on the sheet is the perfect size for my pointer finger. So I'm just going to cut that one in half. And again, use the cuticle stick to lift it off of the backing. So we don't want to get our fingers on there or fingerprints or finger marks because it will lose the stickiness, otherwise the wrap. So holding it on like that, positioning it onto the nail like that. I've not pushed it down at all, and this means I can now sort of wiggle it around a bit if I need to. Get it nice and central. So that one's not quite central, so I'm just going to peel it off. It's okay, I'm holding it at the other end, and that end's going to be filed off in a minute, so that's okay. Still not quite central. There we go, that's better. Okay, so I've literally just tacked it on, it's not pushed down at all. So in front of the heater again, a couple of seconds, and then just push through the centre. So in just one straight line from the base up to the top, and just keep going over that bit. So you're happy that it is pushed down really well. Okay, then the next side. And again, just following the shape of the nail out. You can even do it with your fingers, look. Don't have to use a cuticle pusher. I quite like to go over it with the cuticle pusher just to really get into the edges. And then the other side, so I'll just push that one down. Now the other side, heat it, a couple of seconds, and then push, following that shape of your nail. Cool, it's looking good. I'm loving these wraps, they're so beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to go over the whole nail now. Just make sure it's all pushed down really well. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to turn that one off a second. I plan to do something different on the nails that I've left. So I'm just going to show you the two nails on video. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the first nail that I did now, which is my pinky. So normally I would do all 4 fingers. And by the time then I get back to my first nail, the wrap would have cooled down completely, because what can happen is it can shrink back, and we don't want that to happen. So we want to make sure that we give it time to cool. So if it does need to shrink back, that's fine. We're not going to have any of our own nails sticking out the end. So give it time to cool, give it time to shrink back if it needs to. And then what you're going to do is take a nail file, and we're just going to file off the excess wrap against your nail. So can you see I'm just using a downward motion? So I'm not filing back up at all, I'm lifting the file off the nail. So just a downward motion. What you can also do, if you find that difficult, if your nails are quite short, you're going to find that really hard because you haven't got anything to file against. So you can just use some nail clippers to get rid of the excess. You can cut it off, you can use nail scissors. So whatever you find easiest. Some people just don't get on well with the filing. They just can't do it, so they use nail clippers, and that is fine. It works just as well. Okay, so I've just got that last little bit now. Can you see how it's just coming away? Just the last little bit. There we go. Make sure I've got right into the corner. Cool, okay. Oh, I'm loving it. That is a beautiful wrap. Okay, so on to the next one. So same thing again. Just a downward motion, and it might feel like it's not going to come off, but believe me, it will. Just keep going with it. Can you see it starting to? There we go, that's just hanging on by a thread. Just get that last bit right in that corner. Oops, it's stuck on my finger now, there we go. Okay, fab. Yep, happy with that. They are looking good. Okay, cool. So what I then tend to do as well is go over the edges with a glass nail file. This is really, really soft, this file. So this one's a really coarse one, which you need to get the excess off. This one's really soft. So I hate having any kind of scaggy feel to my wraps, and they do feel a little bit scaggy at the moment. So going over with the glass file just completely smooths the edges and gives you a lovely, lovely finish. So I'm just going to whiz around with the glass file. Get right into those corners as well, and just smooth off the edges of your wraps. Oh, much better, lovely. Okay, there we go. So it's really, really quick. It's really easy to do. I can do a whole set in about 15 minutes now. It just takes a bit of practice, really. So I hope that was useful. If you've got any questions about application or removal, then don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you for watching.